Good morning. Craig Howard here, pastor of the Break Covenant Brethren Church. Just want to share a couple moments with you. Again, I'm recording my radio and video devotions at the same time. So for those of you watching online and you say, that's the same clothes you had on yesterday, it's because I'm recording all 5 sessions at once. But I want to ask you a question. How do you find blessing? How do you find blessing? I learned many years ago that the best way for me to find blessing was not by getting everything that I wanted, by getting, I would still like to have a 1967 GTO, but that's never going to happen. I would like to have a nice big side-by-side, but that's not going to happen. But people think that they get blessing by getting stuff. That's not where blessing is found. Blessing is found in being a blessing. And I had that reaffirmed in my mind as I read a story about a restaurant in North Texas it's run by a person by the name of Ram Mehta. And he decided to put a sign on his door during the pandemic. And the sign said this: if you're hungry, homeless, or can't afford a meal, please honor us by stopping by during business hours for a couple of slices of hot pizza and a fountain drink, no charge. If any employee here doesn't treat you with the same respect as a paying customer, please call Ram directly, and gave the number. No questions, no judgment. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to serve you. God bless you. Now, you may think, what made him decide to do that? Well, it's because once upon a time, he in his life was also homeless. And his mom told him, don't ever forget where you came from. So when his restaurant became successful, he decided it was time to pay it forward. Since then, the action or the movement that he started this movement called Everyone Eats, and he spelled eats E-A-T-Z. Everyone Eats. This movement has bloomed and has exploded to where he has given cars to working moms that needed a way to work. He has helped pay rent in certain situations. He has given backpacks and other needs to children as they're going to school or at Christmas time. And the program has just blossomed to the point where other states have contacted him, other restaurants in other states have contacted him and said, can we mimic what you're doing? Can you give us the details so that we can be a part of what you're doing? And he says, he has become so blessed. I think about this, and I think about some of the greatest blessings that I've had in my life are when I have reached outside of my comfort zone or reached outside of myself and reached out to help somebody else or make a difference in somebody else's life, whether it be getting them something to eat or getting a homeless person in a warm place for the night, or getting somebody some food when they didn't have enough food, or helping somebody get a ride to the hospital, or whatever the case may be. Some of the greatest blessings in my life have come just through trying to reach out and help others. The Bible says in 1 John 3:17 and 18, and this verse has such an impact on my life, and I wish I had time to tell you why. But whosoever has this world's good and sees his brother in needs and shuts up his heart from him, how does the love of God abide in him? If we are believers, if we are going to be believers like we say we are, how can we look at the needs around us and say, without asking ourselves, what can I do? You can't fix every need, you can't fix every problem, but what can I do? And when we ask that question and we do what we can, and if every believer did that, I'm not saying if every person did that, but if every believer did that, what difference would that make? I've got a baby bottle over here that we're going to be passing out baby bottles tomorrow at our church to people that want them, and they can fill them with change and then turn them in to the Crisis Pregnancy Center to help buy baby clothes for people. It doesn't have to be a big event. It just has to mean trying. Think about that today. Whose life can you impact and how? God bless you in all that you do. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. And I'll turn this one off.